Hello and welcome to Amethyst Style Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today I thought I would show you something which I actually made a really long time ago, but I've seen on so many videos and things at the moment that squash folds are really popular. So I thought I would show you something that, as I say, I made a very long time ago. And basically, you turn round and open it up like this, put it in like that, hold it this way up, put it down like that, and you've got a gorgeous hanging ornament. Let me see if I can do it that way so you can see it. It's really actually rather fun, and so I thought today I would bring it right up to date and show you how to make one using the colourful seasons. So let's get started. In the colourful seasons we're going to use the 2 snowflakes, and what we need for this is 5 pieces of Whisper White cardstock, and they measure 3 inches by 3 inches, and then 2 pieces of Whisper White cardstock cut at 1.5 by 1.5. So what we need to do with the piece of 3 by 3 is I'm going to use 2 colours, which is Dapper Denim, and I'm going to use Smoky Slate because I thought they were sort of Christmassy and pretty good colours. So let's take the larger of the snowflakes and the Dapper Denim, and we are going to put a snowflake slap bang in the centre of the piece of cardstock, 1 in each corner, like this, and then we're going to turn it over and we're going to do exactly the same thing again. So 1 in the centre, 1 at one corner, 1 at the other corner, 1 down in the bottom and 1 down in the other bottom. Okay, I'm going to do 2. So let's take the second one, and again straight down in the centre, down at one side, down at the other side, and down on each one of the corners. Turn it over and do exactly the same. Now when you do it, as I've always said, I do things quite quickly for the video, so you can actually measure it up and have it exactly spot on if you want to. Have I done the other side? Yes, I have. Okay, and then we are going to take the Smoky Slate and we are just going to coordinate those snowflakes, and we're going to put 1 in the middle of each one of the 4 little spaces down on here. So like that, and we'll turn it over. 1 on that side, 1 on that side, 1 on that side, 1 on that side, move to the other one. Now you can obviously do whatever you want pattern wise. You can even use DSP, and obviously there's 1st October, we've got some exciting deals coming up with the DSP. So as I say, you could use it with that, you could use it, you could emboss them, you can really do anything you want. I just wanted to keep it fairly simple for this. And so what we need to do now is we're just going to take a little bit of sponge and we are going to sponge round the edges of this, and what we need to make sure we do is both sides, because you'll see when we fold this that we want both sides. So turn it over and sponge down round the corners of this. Okay, round on there. Okay, take the second piece, exactly the same, sponge around there, like this, keep round, sponge around the other side, and turn it over and sponge around the corners. And by sponging it, when we actually fold this, you'll see it just gives a little bit of extra finishing to the star that we're making. Okay, so that's that bit done. Now, what we need to do with this is to do the squash fold. So we're going to fold it in half. Okay, fold it down. Get yourself a bone folder and literally make sure that your crease is nice and sharp. Fold it again in half and give it a crease. So we've got a cross that runs down the centre, and then we're going to fold it once diagonally. So diagonally straight across like that. That on there. Then if we pick this up, you can see where you've got the diagonal line. You're just going to literally take it from the diagonal line, and this is where you do the squash fold. So if you take it and you just sort of push where the diagonal is on there, and you're going to fold it into a square, and then again just give that a nice crease across, and we'll put that to one side. So let me show you again. We're going to go in half, okay, and just burnish that. We're going to go in half again. So we folded it in half one way and in half the other way. Just fold that down, and then we're going to fold it once, corner to corner, to give yourself a triangle down on here like that, and again just burnish it across. And then we are going to take this on here, and I always just manipulate it a little bit. So if you see, if you just with your fingers sort of where the triangular part is, just squish it down, it will come into a square, and then just burnish that down again. Okay, so now we have, I have done the other ones, so we now have 5 of these exactly like this. Now, before we finish, we've got those 2 little pieces which were 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches, and all we're going to do with those is we're just going to put one of the snowflakes slap bang in the centre, and a snowflake slap bang in the centre like that. Okay, and then we can set that to one side because we don't need them just at the moment. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to get some Tombow, and if you look at it, you can see you've got these ends are completely flat. You've got one end where it's all open. That's the end that we need to make sure that we have going exactly the same way. So we're just going to literally put some Tombow across on the top like this, down in the centre. And we're going to take this one, and you can see again the open side is the side that you're going to put on top, and you literally just stick it together. Okay, so we're going to get the next one. Remember, open side, I've put this to this side. You can do it whichever side you want, but glue the top piece down like this, put the open side to open side, and glue that on together. I say it's really easy and straightforward to do. And take the next one, bit of Tombow, this one open side to open side, put it down, that one on top of this one. You know, you can pick them up and just make sure they're pretty sort of straight before the Tombow goes, and then another one on there, the last one, and we're going to just put this one open end to open end, put that in on top, and just put that together. And as I say, pick them up, just make sure that your sides are nice and even. Okay, so then we need to take a piece of baker's twine. It needs to be, oh, I don't know how long this is. Let's have a little look and see. This is 16, 17, about 18 inches. So about 9 inches or so when it comes across. And what we're going to do is we are going to take the Tombow and go all the way along and then do a line down the centre, and you're just going to take one piece of the baker's twine. You can use ribbon, it depends how big your bead is going to be, so just put that on there and then take your 1.5 piece square, and we're just literally putting that on top and then just folding it down, giving it a good old press so it seals. Turn it over and again take your Tombow, take it down across like this and in there, and take, whoops, don't forget my piece of twine, put the, let's do a line down the centre for the twine to go onto, and then put your twine. As I say, you can use ribbon, it all depends how big the bead is that you're going to put on, which I'm just going to show you in a second. So just put this one on top on this side, and again just put that down. Now you can do this one that I did ages ago. I actually just put the little Merry Christmas on it, because these work really well as little tags, and then people can open them up afterwards and have them as an ornament for Christmas. Okay, so that's down in on here. Then let me show you for opening it up. You literally just open it up and it'll all come open like this, and you have the most beautiful star. And obviously you can see in the centre where we've obviously stamped the snowflake, you've got the centre of the snowflake actually coming out in the centre of each one, so it makes really pretty. And you can see now why we sponge around the edges, because then that just gives it you know, just a little bit of added dimension. And in fact I should have really sponged around the edges of these pieces, but as I'm just showing you. Now what you need to do is to take your bead, and this is going to be quite interesting to see if I can do this on camera, but yeah, you pop your bead straight the way through. Now I've got a fairly wide bead on here, so the bead will come down and obviously close it like that. Okay, let me show you. I have to do it that way. It's very difficult to actually have it hanging up for you to see how beautiful it is. And then what you do is you take the bead, so you'll put a knot up at the top here, so that when you open it up, so let me just put a little knot up in on here so you can see on there, and I'd make the knot bigger, so obviously when you open it up you can take it round to close it, and again just bring your bead down, and then put that on a present or something like that. And as I say, you've got a great little ornament which is really simple to do using the squash fold. So I hope you'd enjoyed that. There will be more details with with all the dimensions and everything for you over on my website, which is amethyststarcrafting.blogspot.com. Thank you ever so much for watching today, and look forward to seeing you again. Bye bye.